Hey, what's up? How's it going, listener? Thanks for pressing play on this episode of the Jock and Nerd Podcast. We continue the ongoing conversations about the two big properties all the geeks are talking about that start with an S, Spider-Man and Star Wars.
Geek boner.
Plus, the director and cast of the next X-Men movie has been set. We talk about what Matt Reeves wants to do with the Batman solo film and take a look at new trailers for the Inhumans TV show, Jumanji with The Rock, and a new badass Jackie Chan movie. We got listener comments and a whole lot more on this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, June 29th, 2017.
Jocktastic.
Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
Jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. We jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah! Jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah! Jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert. Give it up one time.
Oh yeah, that's right, listener. You found it. You found it. The one and only, the original Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Jock and Nerd.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to your weekly Geek Fest, where we get together and we geek out about comic book and superhero related things in the movies, on television, geek news, reviews, and interviews. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the slightly drunk Ruggs. How's it going, Ruggs?
What's up, dude?
Ruggs is in full summer mode. That means he's drunk all the time.
Wowie zowie!
Isn't that right?
If the sun's out, the guns are out.
That's like a Jock saying, isn't it, Anthony?
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, that is.
Rugboy's
It is a
got
Jock saying.
floppy, felty guns.
Yeah, well, actually, bring my M16.
Oh, no AK-47?
No.
Oh, semi-automatic. Well, look, listener, if you're new to the show, here's the itinerary for our journey today. We got a bunch of geek news, and really, we'll be continuing the conversation from last episode. More Spider-Man news, more Star Wars franchise news, a lot of interesting stuff. And there's a couple of other tidbits. We got a couple of fun trailers that dropped that we're going to discuss, some random TV musings, and we got some feedback from you, the awesome listener. But before we get to any of that, guys, we got to say goodbye to an old friend.
Rugboy?
No, not Rugboy. Rugboy's fine. Rugboy, don't get worried. You'll be fine. But you guys remember Clamor? I remember.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, I love to remember Clamor.
I love to remember Clamor. Right up there with Chewbacca.
Clamor, you brought her.
You Clamor, you brought her. So, look, the Clamor is a little app that was created around the time we started this podcast, way back a little over 2 years ago, meant to share 24-second bits of audio. It was
audio Twitter.
Audio Twitter, audio Instagram. It was a way for listeners to share their favorite podcasts, clip little things, remix them, add beats. And the only reason I mention this is because they kind of had an
Did
interesting...
Rugboy just burp?
Yes.
Yes,
I
good.
did.
Good.
I did burp,
Good
and
boy.
it was loud.
Good boy, Russ.
That will happen multiple times throughout this podcast.
Listen, I
just letting
taught
you
my
know.
dog Joplin to burp, and she burps like a person, and I always tell her, good girl,
So
Joplin.
the best part was you were saying you could add little audio and
Yes.
like play with the, like edit the clips or whatever, and then I hear him.
That may have been a sound effect in Clamor.
Right.
But look, more importantly, we got on Clamor, the co-founder, this dude, Parvez Parvizi, really cool dude. Like right when we started our podcast, got in touch with us, and he was our first interview. Remember, Anthony?
Yeah, it was my idea, you son of a bitch.
Oh, it was. You were like, why don't you...
Why don't you ask him to come on the show?
And it was like our first guest. I didn't know how we were going to import another sound source. I had to learn how to record interviews. And then I was like, hey, we could just record with anybody from anywhere. You don't have to be in the room. So I got to thank him for that. But we posted a lot of Clamors. And
Back in the day.
Back in the day. And I haven't used it in a while. Well, gang, it's shutting down. Clamor is dead. I got an email yesterday. It says it's time for our team to move on to new adventures.
I was reading that email on the shitter this morning.
We write to inform you that we will be shutting down the Clamor service at 11:59 on July 2nd, 2017. Thank you for all the creativity and joy that you have shared with the world using Clamor. We've been inspired by the community every day and cherish having had the opportunity to get to know so many amazing and talented people. So it's not July 2nd yet. This is kind of the last time we can enjoy some of these. I'm going to share some of the Clamors. You got a sense of what it was. Nobody, I don't know, it was a good idea, but nobody's really figured out how to make something like this to share audio, because you can't really share audio or podcasts. It's like sharing a book or a magazine. Like, you're not going to rip out a page and give it to someone and be like, hey, check this out, and then get the rest of the magazine. You just tell people about it.
Well, you know, he was ahead of his time, Parcheesi.
Parcheesi was. Yeah. So let's start with, I have a Clamor. Let's start there when we interviewed him, and I had that orange beach blanket on the window for a long time, Anthony?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Here's what that was.
Unprofessional.
Here's a Clamor. It's like we're in a goddamn kindergarten, so whatever.
I don't know. That or like a 70s kind of drug den. You know,
Real quick, this blanket I found at the beach.
Oh, really?
I don't know how I got it. Like, some kid left it, and we're like, I'm just going to take this blanket, and now it's on the wall.
It is a...
So that was a Clamor from that episode. I got to share a couple of these, because it's kind of like a walk down memory lane. Here's Rugboy. Here's when we tried to explain what Clamor was to you.
Technology that I would use for something, but I'll skip that and go right to the meat pie.
Well, you got to go from the Clamor to the meat pie. It
does kind of intertwine.
I wanted to clamor, but then I decided to go for the meat pie.
Hey, you Clamor, you brought her. I don't know her.
Look, 40-year-olds making the same joke over and over.
He just said that 2 years ago.
You laughed, you asshole. That was a real laugh. That was a fucking fake laugh.
That was a total.
I laughed 2 years ago.
That was a total sincere laugh. Hey, guys, remember Devin Faraci? Devin Faraci, buddy. Well, you
Devin
remember?
Faraci.
Right, all right. Remember, we used to talk about him all the time. Here's the Clamor. Our friend Devin Faraci from Birth Movies Death.
He's not our friend.
I always thought it was Devin Faraci.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that does sound more epic.
That has a lot more flair.
Yeah.
He sounds like I am Devin Faraci.
Yeah, like he comes in with a cape and he's got like a handlebar mustache and the guy no longer has a job at Birth Movies Death.
I like that I pointed out back then that he wasn't our friend.
He's not our friend.
Oh, no. Even back then, I knew there was something up with that guy.
That guy was fishy, and he got taken down by the Trump effect a little bit on
Trump
Twitter.
effect. He got taken down by the fact that he did some terrible things.
Well, that too. That brought out what he did.
Or said
was
some terrible things.
Terrible things. So these were fun. One last one of Anthony trying to describe Rugboy on Blab.
From really close, it looks like Jesus without a beard, but it's actually a felty looking, I don't even want to use the P word, but it's something like that. And he's got like stubble on his face and like 6 teeth, Spider-Man t-shirt, and he looks kind of like he hasn't slept in days.
That's a pretty good description there, Rugs.
No background.
Pretty accurate. That was actually complimentary.
No background music on that one.
Yeah, there was no like weird like industrial background
There was
music.
no generic hip-hop beat. Well, that was the thing. Like, you could add all these beats and all these sounds, and the idea was to get you listeners to like remix and share it, but whatever. It comes and it goes. It was a lot of work. It's asking a lot, but look, we went through Blab, came and went, Clamor came and went.
But we're still here.
We're still
We
around.
are still chugging, and with
Things that Imran said were the next big thing.
remember how excited I was? I was
Listen.
like, Clamor is going to be huge.
Jock and Nerd Podcast does not need to make money to keep going.
No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately,
No, we don't
we're doing
need
this shit for free.
Absolutely. And with that, let's get to the news, guys.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Listener, if you want to share your favorite memory of our show or just get in touch with us, visit our contact page at jockandnerd.com/contact. You'll find our Twitters and our Facebook pages and our fun Facebook group where we all hang out and post geeky things. Speak, pipe, email, all that is there. Get in touch with the show. Like I said, we got to talk about Spider-Man some more. Homecoming just premiered They had its big premiere. It was live on Marvel's YouTube channel yesterday. I was watching a little bit of it.
When does it come out? Next week?
Next Friday?
Next Friday,
Thursday, actually.
July 7th.
shit.
So reviews are coming out. And
Reviews are out.
Dude, Tom Holland in this premiere, this is how he rolled up on the red carpet. He was riding a car dressed in full costume as Spider-Man with the yellow jacket and the headphones with a selfie stick, like filming himself, waving to people. And the guy does a backflip off the car. He does some Spider-Man poses for the photographers. He goes, takes selfies with the audience. Clearly, this kid is having the time of his life. Like, and you could just tell from his red carpet appearance.
Whoa, that sounds cool. I didn't see that.
I'm looking at it now. It is kind of cool.
I was
going to say, who gives a fuck what he was wearing, but this is kind of cool.
I mean, who shows up in costume? Like, you would expect him to just wear a suit and, like, walk up with a date.
Yeah, Downey Jr. is not doing that.
No. He's having a lot of fun. I posted it to our Facebook page at jockandnerd.com. /Facebook, or the other way around, facebook.com/jocknerd. If you want to check out the video, but I like watching the live premiere red carpet. So we have, what else am I doing? Come on.
Please do something else.
We have more info about this whole Pascal and Feige Venom, the spin-offs being in the Marvel MCU. Like
Not Venom between them, but Venom the movie.
Venom the movie, and maybe Venom between them, but they seem to be getting along. So Amy Pascal was itching to clarify after that whole story came out last week that the movies, the spin-off movies, are not taking place in the MCU. She says, everyone seems to have totally misunderstood what I said, and I'm so glad for a chance to say it. All the characters are part of the Marvel comic book universe, and they're all interrelated in that universe. Spider-Man is now a part of the MCU, as he was created to be in the beginning. The other things that Sony are doing, which are characters from the Marvel comic book universe, are independent, separate franchises, both Venom and Silver Sable and Black Cat. So Collider actually, then they asked her, just to be definitive, Spider-Man will not appear in any of these spinoffs for now. And she said, for now, correct. All of them are part of the Marvel comic universe. Not all of them are part of the Marvel cinematic universe. So even Feige confirmed Spider-Man will not be in these spinoffs.
She was just completely full of shit.
What was she saying? I don't think she knew.
I don't even think she knew.
Yeah, like she didn't even, there was no, she just backpedaled on everything she said.
A little bit.
I don't think she knew what she was saying.
It's like, let me explain about my racism. I really like all people.
Except
all the racist shit that I've ever said in my life, that doesn't count anymore. It's like, how could you completely backpedal on everything that you've just said? That's crazy.
Because the question is, you know, the movie that Homecoming exists in, is that an overlap of these two universes, which I thought it may be, but it sounds like it's not at all. They are going to make separate,
but equal.
separate but equal.
No, not separate, but equal.
So, yeah, I mean, but they did. I think they finally given the definitive question: is Spider-Man going to be in these movies? And that
I think most everyone thought that this was the case, that these weren't going to be crossing over.
But then that makes no sense at all. Like, we were slightly excited.
The credibility
it makes no sense.
Is fucked up.
It makes no sense, but I think it is for the best.
It's very interesting. I think it's probably for the best too, because really, you think Disney is going to allow this big Spider-Man to be in an R-rated Venom movie?
It's not Disney's call. First off,
that's true.
But it's more the fact that you're not going to have two studios working together on one character is okay. Two studios working together and trying to intertwine stories from two different studios for like 3, 4, 5, 6 different characters is a much more arduous task.
It just doesn't make sense to me that Sony technically owns Spider-Man and can put them in any movie that they want.
I mean, that's
I think
correct.
I think they can, but I don't know if they're going to be able to use this version of Spider. We'll see. It's still very unclear.
According to what the deal is that Sony owns Spider-Man. That's the way it is.
They own the movie
They're lending
rights.
it to Marvel.
I mean, would they just say "fuck you"? Would she just go "fuck you" to Feige and be like, you know what? We're putting them in here. We have every legal
You really
right
can't
to do
say
this.
shit about it. Yeah.
Well, look, like we said, this deal.
Well, they must have. What they must have done is Marvel must have signed or had Tom Holland agree to a contract where he's like, I'm in these films. these are the films I'm in.
Right. There could be a non-competitive clause.
Right,
yeah.
and it's like if you want him for any other films, you'll have to renegotiate things. Like he's definitely gonna be in Avengers, like the next 2 probably.
He has the 6-movie
have his
contract.
sequel. Yeah, so like his films are already locked in.
And they have big plans for Spider-Man. Just wait till we get to the bit about the sequel. But I feel like you said, Anthony, like this is such an unprecedented thing. Like nobody's ever attempted just the one character, 2 studios. And it sounds like Pascal is like trying to go for way too much too soon because they're desperate for some kind of franchise.
I could just see that the way she answered it last time is that that's her ulterior motive.
Yes.
Like, she wants to sideline Spider-Man into her movies. Why wouldn't she? Like, if this movie is a huge success, they're going to capitalize on it, or they're going to want to at least.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens after Homecoming. Here's another great bit of news, you guys. We have seen Peter Parker in the MCU before Civil War.
Oh, shit.
Confirmed by Tom Holland and everyone involved that, remember in Iron Man 2, remember that scene with the little kid wearing the Iron Man mask? That is now, I don't know if they did it intentional, but it's retconned to be Peter Parker.
Geek boner.
Tom Holland revealed, I can confirm that as of today, I literally had a conversation with Kevin Feige only 20 minutes ago. Maybe I've just done a big old spoiler, but it's out there now. It's cool. I like the idea that Peter Parker has been in the universe since the beginning. So all of this, the fact that this is Peter seeing Iron Man, the fact that he's in New York for the big Avengers Alien, the incident, is definitely going to inform this version of Spider-Man.
That wasn't the incident that he was in. This is in Spider-Man 2.
Right, before Avengers. But he was also around, during the Avengers movie. He would have seen this, and it would have had an impact on him.
But the scene you're talking about in Spider-Man 2 or Iron Man 2 that they're referring to is when that future world or whatever, all of Iron Man's drones are chasing him, and Iron Man sees a little boy wearing an Iron Man mask and saves him.
Yeah, that's cute. 7-year-old.
You know what? You like it. I don't really like it.
I'm on board with Anthony at this point. Yes.
Because it's not, they didn't have, that wasn't the plan when they shot that scene.
It's bullshit.
But no, I don't think it was the plan, but they were like, if this ever happens, maybe we can show.
I think it was
meant to do that.
Right.
So, okay.
They're not that cool.
This is what John Watts, director, this is what he said. I was watching all these other movies and being like, what if that little kid at the Stark Expo was Peter Parker in the Iron Man mask? Like, he'd be about the right age for that, and he loves Tony Stark. Oh, what about the Avengers battle? Who would clean that stuff up? Because they mentioned damage control at one point in the movie. So it's this thing where, because it's not completely figured out, that you can just go back and basically write fan fiction for those movies. Then the fan fiction becomes reality. A lot of the Easter eggs in this movie just started by rewatching the movies.
I don't mind them saying that he was helping clean up. Like if they shot a scene like that was in Homecoming where he's slinging around in a hoodie, and like helping clean up, like that would be fine. But to say that some random scene in Civil War or not in Civil War in Iron Man 2 is now Peter Parker. Like you never had that plan. That's bullshit.
I kind of like the shoehorning. I don't know. I don't like
it's very shoehorned.
I'll give him a pass. I'm like, oh, that's cute, you guys. Yeah, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, but it's there and we could use it. Whatever. I just thought it's kind of cute. Kevin Feige also revealed Spider-Man's screen time in Infinity War, the movie that we kind of know is going to have anywhere.
Why is he revealing this?
I don't know. 60, like he does these interviews and he gets asked different questions. Fandango is the one who decided to ask Kevin Feige how much time the wall crawler will get in the upcoming Avengers movie. He says, I think it might feel bigger a little bit because of Homecoming and because of what people know from it, but it's about on par with Civil War.
That's fine.
When asked if other Spider-Man Homecoming members might show up, Feige demurred but said it was a possibility. There's a pretty big crew already in these movies, but you might keep an eye out. So look, a movie with like maybe 60 heroes, I think that's an appropriate amount of time for Spider-Man to be in Infinity War, the same amount of time that he was in Civil War.
Yeah, he'll have time to do something fun, and then he'll go away.
Yeah, because all these other heroes are going to need time to do stuff. Now, in terms of the sequel, this is some of the best shit. The Spider-Man 2 is going to be the first movie that launches whatever Phase 4 is, post both Infinity Wars. In fact, She came out to say, who said this? Amy Pascal.
Oh, the most credible person.
Again, let's take this with a grain of salt. She said the sequel will start a few minutes after Avengers 4 wraps up as a story.
Oh, shit.
Literally moments after Avengers 4, the sequel starts. They're saying it's gonna a lot of like how Civil War. It's like Civil War led to Infinity War. The sequel will follow a Spider-Man who has just helped the Avengers save the universe.
Now, let me just pose this question.
Yeah.
Infinity War takes place at outer space, right?
Well, I imagine outer space
Some
and
of
on
it and
Earth.
Earth.
All right.
Yeah.
So what if he gets Venom then? And that's how you start off the whole Phase 4 with Venom. He gets the Venom costume.
Wouldn't it be a bad idea?
That would
That
be.
way they can parlay that into the actual Venom movie.
Wouldn't it be a bad idea if these were all connected?
What if they start the Venom movie like in the future? Like 5 years from now, this happens.
I mean, there's already a lot of shit that's going to be going on in these movies. Do we need to shove another thing in?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to happen in Avengers that he gets the black suit or whatever, but it could be like the start of the part like this, start of Spider-Man 2. Like, he's like, what the fuck is this shit on me? Like, it starts out like that.
I would like to see another black suit on Spider-Man before Venom. That would be awesome.
And then you could do a proper Venom storyline.
Here is a great quote about what is coming for the future. He says, Kevin Feige, in Infinity War, we'll showcase almost all aspects of the worlds we've established. What is exciting is that after Infinity War and the untitled Avengers in May of 2019, everything will be very different and the universe will have been radically altered after this 22-movie saga comes to its conclusion. And our first foray back into the MCU will be with Peter Parker and through his eyes and back on the ground level. Just as the events of Civil War impacted him greatly when Tony Stark dropped him off and he had to go back to school. What in the heck is going to happen what is the state of the universe going to be and how will he deal with it when he starts his junior year in high school in the next Homecoming? So Homecoming is like sophomore year, then the sequel will be junior, and then senior year for the third one. And so that is so.
Really?
Yes.
He's only a fucking sophomore?
He's a sophomore. He was a freshman.
15 years old.
Yeah, he was a freshman in Civil War, apparently. He's going to be a sophomore in Homecoming. Junior year in 2.
Let's just hope. Go ahead.
Spider-Man is 15?
Yep.
I mean, in the canon?
He's 16 now, possibly.
15 in this movie. He is 15.
Oh, he
years
is
old.
15 in this movie. Jeez. Wow.
In the canon, isn't he 16?
You mean in the Marvel comics right now?
Yeah, in the original story.
15, 16. He was in high school. It's a high school thing.
Yeah, but you would think that, 16 is 2 years and you're out. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, 16 would be the start of a junior year.
Okay.
He turned 17 during the year.
So he'll be 15, 16. I skipped first grade, so everyone was older when I went to school. I did. Everybody was a year older.
They retarded him in a year. So
They did baby him up.
All I hope is that Tom Holland stays looking young.
He's got to keep that baby
He's
face.
got to keep the Ralph Macchio baby face.
'Cause he'll be-
Ralph Macchio was like near 30 in the last
Oh,
Karate
man,
Kid.
he had a baby face, all right.
And he was
he still looks
playing.
like he's like 30.
Yeah, he still looks like a little kid. Yeah, because Holland will be like in his mid to mid-20s, probably, by that last movie.
Yeah, you gotta get him the fuck out of high school. Oh,
So he'll be in high school for all these sequels. And then another piece of information about the monies. Turns out Sony will be receiving all profits from the movie. This is how desperate Disney and Marvel Studios was, I guess, to get this character back.
Yeah, it's both.
They get merchandising rights. They will retain merchandising rights, but Sony's making all the money. I mean, they paid for the movie. They financed the movie. They marketed the movie, and it makes sense. But I was kind of surprised. Marvel gets nothing.
Hey, they get his character in Marvel films. You can't tell me that adding Spider-Man didn't add money to Civil War's intake.
You know, as sometimes we think like Disney's getting corporate-y, like to do something like this, you gotta hand it to them. Like they gave up. Of course, they have fucking millions and billions of dollars, but they gave up a whole bunch of money just for the fans to do Spider-Man right. I kind of love that.
That's not bad.
They gave up. What happens is when you make a movie, Imran.
Yeah.
You pay for the movie,
right?
You pay for the marketing, and then you got to make all your money fucking back, and then you make a profit.
Then you make the profit.
So they just got paid for making the movie. So they all got paid.
Yeah, but they used that money to make the movie, so it's not like they.
Yeah, but they paid themselves. Who did they pay? All these producers. They were all work for Marvel. All of these actors.
I guess that's a good point. I didn't think about those salaries.
I don't think anyone was exactly working for free here.
No, nobody's working free. You're getting paid.
They didn't just all show up and go, "Let's do this charity move for Sony."
So they got paid to make the movie.
They have zero risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
They all got paid, and they don't have to worry.
It's actually a pretty sweet deal for Marvel.
It's a win-win for both.
And they're going to make money on the merch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Sony was. I mean, I guess it's not really a risk because all the Marvel movies have been pretty good in terms of critical and box office acclaim. But Sony, if Marvel decided to shit out a piece of turd,
right,
which this is turning out not to be, but if they did, Sony would be like, "What the fuck? We had no say in this."
Yes.
And we made no money.
We made no money, and we lost money.
And we had no say.
Yeah.
And we lost, yeah, exactly. So
yeah, they're paying for all the marketing. They're taking all the financial risk.
Yeah, Marvel was actually in a catbird seat there.
It's an amazing, crazy, unprecedented deal,
because this is what's going to happen, too. Then, when Marvel makes this film and everyone starts to love it, everyone's going to be like, awesome, Marvel's great.
Yeah.
Sony gets none of the glory. They get the profits. But no one's going to look at Sony and be like, you guys found out how to really make movies.
Yeah, you guys paid for that movie really well.
Way to write a check, Sony. Look, again, to their credit, though, they stepped aside. They handed the creative over.
Yeah.
They handled it well.
Give them credit for that.
Yeah, but Sony, all they need is the fucking money at this point. They need money. They're hemorrhaging money. And then, people are going to be like, I'm going to go buy some Spider-Man shit now. Guess who gets that money? Fucking Marvel Studios. So it's a fucking crazy great deal for both parties.
But the deal is that they're going to be able to put Spider-Man in their movies.
Right. Yes.
And make their movies better and have a bigger draw because Spider-Man's in those movies.
But then to your question, Ruggs, I'm really wondering, what is the deal if Sony, why can't they use him in their own movies? Is that part of, you think they did sign something that said, you can't use him in any movies, only we can until we do these 6?
I think that they can. I think they're just trying not to rock the boat at this point until, I think there's going to be a shakedown. That's my feeling. Because when Pascal is saying one thing and then backpedaling, there's really an ulterior motive there. So she's up to some shitty shit's about to go down. There's
she's trying to maneuver
shenanigans.
Yeah.
I think the reason Sony's hesitant to use Spider-Man is again, I mentioned they don't probably have Tom Holland signed to do another film other than the stuff he's locked into.
Yeah.
And I also think that if they decided to make their own Spider-Man and put him in these films, that would rock the boat on the Marvel relationship, and then Marvel would be like, you know what? Write your own fucking films. We ain't doing shit for you anymore.
What if in the Sony universe, it's like an adult Spider-Man? It's a different Spider-Man. Completely recast adult Spider-Man. Almost like a parallel timeline thing.
It could work. I think mainstream would be like, what the fuck is going on?
It'd be confusing. Oh, yeah. It'd be very confusing. Finally, as we've established, like a lot's riding on this movie. Anthony, you just said Marvel could give us a shitty movie to fuck with Sony, but I don't think they did. The reviews are starting to come out. I've seen and I'm trying not to read. And there's also spoilery articles that it's really hard to avoid. I spoiled some stuff. I'm not going to mention it, but people are calling this MCU's best. On Rotten Tomatoes, right now, the movie is sitting at 92%.
Geek boner.
93% now. Actually, it just updated.
Well, let's give this some context, though.
Yes.
It's 93. I'm clicking on it right now. 57 total reviews,
Not
53 rated fresh for
Rotten. But I'm hearing the funniest, best Spidey movie yet. So that's very exciting. But
I've read a couple reviews.
You have?
I've listened to a couple.
Okay.
And the quick gist is it's not an Iron Man movie. I know a lot of people were kind of scared about that. And it is very much concerned with Peter Parker's life outside of the suit as it is inside the suit.
That's cool. I like that. That's important. I've seen things like it's not your typical Marvel movie.
I've also heard that it's the millennial Spider-Man.
And can they, I think the villain thing is going to be interesting. Can they pull off a compelling villain, not have your typical villain problem, and still be true to the character? We're not going to see his origin. Hopefully you just jump right in and get going.
I haven't read enough to spoil too much.
No, I can't. I've already spoiled some things. It's very annoying.
Man.
So 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. But check this shit out. The following week, War for Planet of the Apes comes out. Those reviews, have we said, are also very positive and glowing. This thing right now on Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at 96.
Oh, shit.
96%, 49 reviews counted, 47 fresh, 2 rotten.
I find that hard to believe, but...
What, that is that high?
Yeah.
If this is true, we are getting a 1-2 punch of incredible movies in the first 2 weeks of July.
I never believed the hype, though, Imran.
Yeah,
this is true.
We'll see, but both these movies, very excited for.
Well,
I don't know
for
what
context.
Yes.
Dawn.
Yes.
Prior Planet of the Apes films finished at 90.
Okay.
And Rise, prior to that, the first finished at 81. So
they're saying it's the best one, the best out of the trilogy, the big battle, dude. I can't wait for Apocalypse Now with apes.
War. Don't read reviews because I did read one that spoiled something for me, and I was immediately upset.
I know, it's so fucking annoying.
I honestly couldn't believe it wasn't a spoiler review.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this fucking asshole wrote what he wrote.
Oh, shit. Not only that, dude, I'm scrolling through Facebook and the headline is giving away characters in Spider-Man Homecoming and certain Easter eggs. In the headline.
Oh, I just saw that.
Yes. I'm not going to say it. I can't. I'm so mad. But I'm excited also.
Don't go to bleedingcool.com.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't. I'm going to have to avoid the internet until this fucking movie comes out. But that's it for the Spider-Man talk. Just give me the movie. Yes.
So I watch, I talk about Movie Bob.
Yeah, Movie Bob's the best.
Real quick thing I wanted to run by you. So he proposed if he were to do Spider-Man.
Okay.
And have him appear in Civil War, it'd be almost the same exact thing.
Yeah.
He says, by the way, there's nothing wrong with it or anything. It's just what he would have done.
Sure.
So when we first meet Peter Parker, when Iron Man goes to Brooklyn or Queens or whatever,
yep.
And we first meet Peter Parker, instead of it being in this apartment or whatever, and he's this young kid, you go to a sci-fi class or a science, a chemistry class or whatever, some sort of science class in high school.
Yeah.
And you go, and Tony Stark approaches the teacher, who's like in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
He turns around, teacher's Tobey Maguire.
Oh, shit. Oh,
you immediately incorporate the first 3 Spider-Man films.
That would have been great. I would have bought that. It's a little bit Fantastic Four, Josh Trank, where they go to the science experiment and find fucking some random kids.
Iron Man knows who he is.
Oh, okay. So he's coming to get Peter in the class. He's coming to get
Peter, and Peter's been in retirement ever since the incident because he now sees all these Avengers around. He's like, wow, I'm fucking not.
Yeah, I don't need to be doing
awesome
this
at all.
Yeah.
No, he's like, I'm not these guys. I'm inadequate. So he quits.
Dude, and the teacher turns and it's Toby. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool, right? Good. Fucking Movie Bob's got great ideas. I would have dug that had they had a little bit of thought for that. That'd have been great.
I don't know if Toby would have wanted to do it, but
it'd be a cute little thing.
He's passing the torch. You skip over Garfield. You pass the torch on. It'd be a fuck you to Andrew Garfield. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what
Garfield will be like, hey, wait a minute. What about me, you assholes?
I think that Garfield's a great Spider-Man, unfortunately.
He just got saddled with bad movies.
Toby's a better Peter Parker. Garfield's a better Spider-Man. This is it. You got 2 sides of the coin on 2 different people. That's how I see it. Okay, enough about the Spider-Man. Let's talk a little bit more about Lucasfilm and the Star Wars franchise. This shit gets even better. We've got more details from the Hollywood Reporter. I'm just going to read this first paragraph of this article because this is the kind of shit they were doing, and it's very fascinating, and I think you'll agree. So this article starts, matters had already reached a boiling point in mid-June when Phil Lord and Chris Miller, co-directors of the still untitled young Han Solo movie, were in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, but didn't start shooting until 1 p.m. That day, the 2 used only 3 setups. That is, 3 variations on camera placement, as opposed to the 12 to 15 that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy had expected, according to sources with knowledge of the situation. Not only was the going slow, but the few angles that have been shot did not provide a wealth of options to use in editing the movie. So clearly these guys were in a different environment and expectations on both sides were not well communicated.
I was going to say whatever the expectations were not conveyed clear enough to either side on how one shoots films and how the other expects things to be done.
Yes, they were. So this article cites there were deep, fundamental, philosophical differences in filmmaking styles. The directors felt they were being given zero creative freedom. They also felt they were being asked to operate under extreme scheduling constraints and were never given enough days for each scene from the very beginning. So, but now word has come out. They fired these guys. They fired an editor. And apparently they weren't happy with Alden Ehrenreich's performance.
Ooh, very nice German name.
Ehrenreich. And they hired an acting coach.
That's insane to me.
That does happen from time to time.
That does happen. They did in this article that you quoted. That does happen, but it was stating that this doesn't happen.
Yes,
usually this late.
Yeah, they said hiring a coach is not unusual. Hiring one that late in production is. Then firing your directors that late in production is also highly unusual. Lord and Miller suggested somebody that they knew that worked with them on 21 Jump Street. They got a veteran Ridley Scott editor. That they replaced another editor.
Yeah, but he said like most of the footage is unusable.
This is a problem. And so, Kasdan was looking at the dailies. They did not want him. He was going to be like the Tony Gilroy on Rogue One to come in and fix things. They clearly did not want him to be like a shadow director. There's an update at the bottom that says a previous version of this article stated that the crew of the Han Solo spinoff broke into applause following the announcement of Ron Howard as director. In fact, these sources say the applause came at the end of the meeting in which the departure of Lord and Miller was announced, and they were informed a new director would be arriving. These sources say the mood at the meeting was somber, but there was applause in support of the movie, not in support of Lord and Miller's departure. So I gotta, first of all, shout out to our Facebook group. They posted tons of great comments, and Bellotti is great with some of his insight, and he brings up some really good points that I think we can use for discussion. Like, from his point of view, you're painting sets, and meanwhile, according to this article, Lord and Miller, they didn't have answers to production questions. Basically, they would show up, be like, okay, what do you want this to look like? What color is this? What are we painting? And they had no answers. They didn't know. They didn't think about that kind of stuff. They were not prepared for this kind of production. So from Bellotti's point of view, who paints sets on movies, like, you are going to get frustrated. You are going to alienate and piss off your crew. You're repainting things. You're wasting time. You're wasting money. Nobody knows what's going on. This is what it sounded like what's going on this with Lord and Miller.
I just have to, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on. And obviously this paints Lord and Miller in a pretty bad light in terms of what was going on in this film.
Yes.
It also paints Alden Ehrenreich in a shitty light. But I will say that this all seems like this was purposely leaked by the studio. So they're
damage control.
Well, no, it's not that. It's that they know that the common fan is going to be siding with the directors against the big studio. So they're going to start and put out all this dirt on them. So I wouldn't say take it for a grain of salt, but just realize who, this case it's Hollywood Reporter, who they're getting the message from. They're getting it from the studio.
Yeah.
They're not talking to Lord and Miller.
No.
Yeah, they're building a case against these guys.
Right.
So, I mean, but there's a lot of interesting...
There's a lot of interesting stuff, for sure.
Fascinating things, yes.
To play devil's advocate.
Yes.
Like, if you're Lord and Miller, like, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Your probably best bet is to keep quiet.
Yeah, I think
we wanted to make this movie, but they didn't like it.
We wanted to make Ace Ventura a Han Solo movie and slapstick comedy, and they just weren't having it. That's what.
Maybe I mean, I find it so hard to believe that Lord and Miller thought they could make an Ace Ventura movie.
Okay, that's a one good question. How could they walk into this knowing that this?
Where did Ace Ventura come out of? You just pulled that out of your ass?
It was in our Facebook group. Delhauer posted something.
It was in an article. Yeah,
that it was kind of like Han Ace Ventura. Holy shit!
Was acting. There's rumors that Han Solo was acting similar to Ace Ventura.
I don't know how Lord Miller thought they could come and just make a straight up comedy Star Wars in this big franchise. So look, there's two, so Kathleen Kennedy, she kind of goes back and forth. A year ago, Hollywood Reporter did a Q&A with her, And it shed some light on her thinking. She discussed her belief that within major franchises, it is possible to take artistic license and creative risk. She added, if all you're doing is playing it safe, trying to make the same movie over and over again, that's when the audiences say, oh, this is just a money-making machine. But if it's genuinely in service to the art form, then the franchise concept is being used in a way that's exciting. However, at the same time, Kennedy talked about hiring these young, untested directors, and she said these choices were instinctual. She goes on to say what her job is. She says, one of the things I've come to realize since I've been in this position of keeping Star Wars going is that in addition to looking for somebody who can creatively have an impact, you're really looking for leadership skills. No one steps into these big movies without being able to genuinely lead the charge with hundreds of people and handle the relationship with the studio. That is a very difficult thing to do, and you don't know a person can do that until you get to spend time and watch somebody operate. So is she calling them out and saying they weren't really good leaders? That they didn't have?
I don't know. For me, I think that doing anything that involves like space opera and comedy
yes,
is tough to do. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 did it perfectly.
Yeah.
2 did not, in my opinion. I think they went a little bit too far into the schlocky stuff. And I think that if you do that, it's a very hard thing to do. There's not a lot of people that do this movie that can do this kind of movie well, where it's space and you have consequences. Like maybe Joss Whedon and Serenity, maybe that's close, where there's comedic elements, but it's still like a good dramatic movie.
It needs a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that these were the guys to do it. I really don't. I think that if you watch 21 Jump Street or the Lego Movie, they're both like, they're not based in any kind of reality.
Yeah. Yeah, they're way out there. Clearly a mismatch.
Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah,
clearly. They got fucking they got booted.
I mean,
clearly.
reality, I'm not saying that reality is space, but I'm saying like the things have to feel real.
Okay, so from the studio's point of view, when from somebody that's in charge of a big franchise like these, what she just said, can you, like Bilotti wrote, can you have your cake and eat it too? Can you make an artsy good film and still serve the fans in this environment? Is it just?
I think that there's a certain kind of person that understands the genre, and that understands the material and the IP, and those people make the best movies. The people that are trying to reconfigure it to fit their own thing, those are people that you might get lucky, but most of the time you won't.
Yeah, if they don't get it.
Yes. Like you might be able to spin it, but that's a risk. And that risk could either hit or miss. So if you love the genre, like put it this way, like Star Wars is a thing. It works. We all know what works about it. All you have to do in Star Wars is provide a compelling story and then just get the characterizations correct. You don't have to make it a comedy. You don't have to have like big laughs. You don't have to have like, commentary on society. You don't need to have, remember when they did the first movie, the Phantom Menace, where it was all about this politics and these people fucking talking.
Too many politics.
Yeah, you don't do that. They fucked up. So it's like, there's a certain amount of stuff that you need to do. And then you could just kind of push the envelope, like Rogue One, like it pushed the war envelope a little bit more. It made it more real. It made it more. Yeah. It was the most menacing you've ever seen Darth Vader ever, because there was a reality to what happened.
Well, the funny thing about Rogue One is, from what reports say, Gareth Edwards wanted to make it even darker, like a darker war film. And
I would have probably went for it, but I mean,
but Kathleen Kennedy was like, "No, this isn't Star Wars. We got to do it this way."
What if people didn't like it? What if I would have liked it, but most people wouldn't have liked it?
Right. But, that Darth Vader bit was not Gareth Edwards. That was Tony Gilroy post. So they've had trouble on Force Awakens. Even J.J. Abrams pushed back a little bit to some of the creative choices they wanted him to make. They've had trouble with Rogue One.
But J.J. Edwards was J.J. Abrams, sorry. Yeah. J.J. Abrams had the cachet to be able to push back.
And he made a fan film, though.
But he made a fan film. So that's my second question, is that if she's this micromanaging to this effect, are they all just going to be kind of the same movie? Like, are we not going to get to grow Star Wars bigger?
I don't know. Rogue One seemed different.
Rogue One did seem different. It was a battle movie, but then they still had to.
It wasn't a bridge too far, though.
No, it wasn't. So, and clearly what Lord and Miller were doing were just like, but like, so in this universe, is there room for a Star Wars comedy? Like, if you go in intentionally making a Star Wars comedy, does that have any?
I mean, they have made Star Wars comedies, and those are things that are reviled by people.
Yes, like the holiday special.
Yeah, and the droid stuff.
the droid, that's right.
And all the Ewok shit.
Well,
like, people,
and that's
people
called,
hate that.
It's called Spaceballs, and
Jar
you can't
Jar
beat
Binks,
that.
all that stuff. Is people don't want that in their Star Wars. Not to that level. Not where it's buffoonery.
Listen, Ron Howard, he's already started shooting. He tweeted a picture like they're moving forward, and it'll be interesting to see what they can salvage.
The interesting thing that you pointed out was that original paragraph you wrote.
Yes,
or you read. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where they were just using 3 cameras, and they had a setup for 12 to 15.
Yeah.
So it looks like not even just like what kind of movie, but just the way they make movies was going to be totally different, and that just seemed to rub Kennedy the wrong way. Like, we don't have enough footage here.
This is not the pace. This is not how you shoot
not our
these
pace.
things.
This is not how we This is not how we do anything.
Right. I mean, they're probably I'm sure she was freaking out. Like, I can kind of see that, and like every day probably getting more and more nervous. Do they just work for hire directors? What does it mean for people trying to get into movies?
Aren't all directors work for hire?
They technically are, but what about like your visionary auteur stylistic directors? Will we ever get that back in a big budget thing?
No, franchises, unless you're starting it, as I said last show, unless you're starting a new franchise that needs to be guided, it needs to be shaped.
You need a guy.
No.
Yeah.
Or if a franchise is dying, maybe. If you have a franchise that's dying, like Transformers, and then you need to put somebody in there to actually go in a different direction and make it better, and then you take a risk.
It's just weird. I think of like all these people in film school, and when we went to school, and film students who they wanted to make their own movies. It was, at the time it was the 90s, and you saw this. You're like, man, I can write like Kevin Smith. I can write shit about my friends and the dialogue and make a movie, and it gets big. Now you got to go in and be like, I just got to learn how to direct and shoot a film. It doesn't matter what it is, just so I can get a job somewhere directing somebody's thing and get some more work.
It also depends on the characters that you're doing. Like if you're doing like a Marvel movie or a DC movie and you're doing a character that's not a superhero, you could probably pull shit like that off. You could do John Constantine written by Kevin Smith. You can do something like that. You can do some wacky shit.
Also, I don't think, remember we talked how Lord and Miller were in running for The Flash? I don't think like now Warner Brothers is going to want to hire these loosey-goosey guys if this is what they're hearing.
No way.
Their shit is a mess to begin with. This is the last thing they need. Trying to make a fucking improv Flash movie. That'd be hilarious. All improvised.
Look at what's going to happen with Deadpool.
All right, my God.
You got a guy who has 2 movies under his belt that are completely his movie.
Yeah.
Now he's going in and doing Deadpool. And there's already been an established kind of thing with Deadpool. Is it going to change? Is it going to veer to a different... Who knows? We don't know. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. So there's already conflicting reports. Like we said, they did not they hired the acting coach, but then there's another report that says Disney was impressed by the sizzle reel and with the performances of Alden and what's his name? Donald Glover as Lando. I don't know if this is just more cleaning up a mess.
I think Disney's doing a little cleanup there.
Yeah.
And I think that they're putting out stuff because that, even more so than Lord and Miller being fired, to have press already out that this guy sucks.
Yes.
As Han Solo is damning.
It's bad for the movie.
That's bad.
Yes.
That's bad for the lead to suck.
Yes. and it may, and it completely may be in the director's not handling.
Only people like us are talking about Lord and Miller.
Right.
But if you bring up now that the main character needed help.
Yes.
Then that is different.
Because everyone's going to go in being like, all right, show me what you got,
so show me this mess.
Yeah, let's see what...
Let's see how bad he sucks on screen.
So, and, the director is important to get the right performance. It may have been...
Have you seen him in any movies?
No.
I've seen him in a few movies, and I never really was impressed with him at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
No.
Hopefully, maybe Donald Glover can steal the movie, because he's going to be great. He's great and everything.
Oh, no, you can't.
Lando.
I don't know anything. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I know for sure you can't have a Star Wars film where Han Solo isn't stealing his own film.
You don't want Lando Calrissian to steal the movie. No, you don't. But
you don't want a movie called Han Solo with Lando being the guy.
The character as Lando, he would do that. He'd be like, oh, fuck you, I'm taking this movie over.
Well, wasn't Han Solo the guy that stole Star Wars?
Yeah, he was the guy that also stole the scene. And It's his origin story. It's still coming out in May. Finally, if you guys were interested in seeing, as I think I am, what Lord and Miller were going to put together, what this slapstick Ace Ventura Han Solo movie would look like, there is a possibility that we could get a Lord and Miller director's cut.
Oh, shit.
What?
Here's how this works. A director's cut would indeed be possible for the film if Lord and Miller's near 4-month shoot comprised of 90% of the final movie. The Guild agreement states a director who is replaced after directing 90% but less than 100% of the scheduled principal photography of any motion picture shall be the director of the film, entitled to all the production creative rights set forth. So
fake news.
Basically, Ron Howard has to reshoot this whole movie.
Fake news. Fake news. There is no chance in hell
I'm going with Anthony on this.
a director's cut of a Star Wars film ever comes out. Disney will fucking direct another 90%.
Yeah,
of this
they
movie.
just exactly.
They will no fucking way.
Here's the thing,
Fake
though.
news.
They only have a few weeks to reshoot this whole movie and film.
They'll push that start date back.
They just have to film 80% of the movie. It's just gotta come up.
No, you guys keep forgetting. They have 5 weeks of scheduled research.
Reshoots, which they'll probably will take to.
That's 5 weeks. That's like a month.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, that means, Imran, that means they only have to shoot like 11% of the movie.
They could reshoot 25% of the movie easily.
They have 3.5 weeks left plus 5 weeks of reshoots. They could do the whole movie over.
Yeah, this is a fake
news. I'm gonna say that this movie is like a 6-month shoot, right?
So Ron Howard just has to. They just have to use more than 10% of Ron Howard's shit, and they don't get a director's cut. It'll be interesting to see if they even get a director's credit. Probably not. I guess you don't give your fired director's credit.
I don't know about the director's credit. I can tell you 1,000% a director's cut is not coming out.
So Ron Howard they have to just use 10% or more, 11% of Ron Howard's shit, and then they don't have to do a director's cut. But I'd be interested in seeing that.
This is I don't blame you for putting it in here because it's funny, but this is a total clickbait article. There's nothing happening.
Ain't gonna happen.
No.
Okay, fuck your clickbait. Look, we're take a quick break, a pause for the cause, turn you on to some other independent podcasts, and we will continue.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Steven.
And this is Chris.
And we're the hosts of the brand new podcast, Is This Adulting?
Every week, we're going to sit down to have a discussion about life, culture, our own mental health struggles, and just about anything you can think of.
Have you ever wondered which breakfast cereal's the best?
Or how to help your friends who are dealing with mental illness?
Or why waterbeds were a thing?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, then have we got a show for you.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone.
Because you never know. They might just be starting a podcast.
Hey, this is the Toph, host of the Gravity Beard Podcast, a variety show with interviews and discussions on a wide range of topics. Our guests have included a viral YouTube star, a former child actor. We've even had a guy on who may have solved the D.B. Cooper case. It's a delicious box of audio chocolate. You never know what you'll get. Find it on Podbean, iTunes, and other places you listen to podcasts. It's the Gravity Beard Podcast. It's what your ears will want to be listening to.
My name is Carrie Sims, and I host Sketching Comedy with my artist friends, Imran Javed.
Hey, that's me.
And Phil Rude each week live on YouTube. Hang out with us as I learn and discuss the legends of comic book art and comedians while the fellows are creating live drawings during the show. I learned Stan Lee defied the Comic Code Authority with an anti-drug comic.
That's right, Carrie, but did you know the Hulk wasn't supposed to be green? He was supposed to be gray. The printer screwed it up.
Visit BlazingCaribouStudio.com or tune in each week on our YouTube channel and download the podcast at iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever podcasts are found.
Sketch you later.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Hey, Anthony, why don't you use your mutant salesman superhero powers and help me sell our fan club to the listener? We have a wonderful fan club for the listener. You could be a super fan, a super listener.
Yeah. You go onto this thing called Patreon. I don't know. Ever heard of it?
jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Yeah, go on there. Give us some money. Get a ton of bonus content. You're probably a virgin. I told sex stories. you'll learn how to get laid. There you go.
You will learn the art of the pickup with Anthony. You will learn what Guevadoce means. You're going to hear some fun post shows. There's tons of bonus audio. Look, we call it our fan club, but it's our sneaky way of saying, hey, give us some money so we can keep the show going. Look, basically value for value, listener. If the show ended today, if this was the last episode, what's it worth to you to keep it going? That's all. Ask yourself that hard question and reach into your hearts and your pockets.
I'm telling you, you want to get laid, donate to us.
You want to get laid? Sign up for the fan club. We have detailed instructions from the Jock.
Oh, shit.
Bro, do you even podcast?
All right.
You tired of fucking beating your meat, dude?
Never. Oh, you weren't asking me. Oh, sorry. I agree with you, Rugboy.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun once in a while. You do got to clean the pipes out once in a while, but
you got to get the dead shit
sometimes
out.
It's fun to get some help.
Sometimes it's fun when there's somebody else there when you have sex. I agree. Just visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon for all the details, and it'll be awesome. Okay, there's this little... I just want to talk quickly about the next X-Men movie. I know nobody cares yet. From Fox, they are doing Dark Phoenix, which is the fucking Jean Grey Dark Phoenix story. We have confirmed director and cast. Simon Kinberg is directing X-Men Dark Phoenix. He's worked with these movies as producer. He is a first-time director, but he's produced all the X-Men movies. In terms of cast, check this shit out. The entire main X-Men First Class have signed on to return.
Oh, shit.
James McAvoy, Charles Xavier, Michael Fassbender's back, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult as the Beast, also Evan Peters, the article just came out, as Quicksilver, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, Ty Sheridan as Cyclops, Alexandra Shipp as Storm, Cody Smith-McPhee as Nightcrawler, and Dazzler.
Evan Peters is not in this.
No, he's not, but there's a new article that just came out today that says Evan Peters is joining the cast.
Okay. Dazzler? Who's playing Dazzler?
Then, they haven't cast Dazzler, but I saw another article that says Dazzler is going to be in this movie, and the president of Canada, Justin Trudeau, stopped by the set and took a selfie and stuff. But that movie is moving forward for... When's this coming out?
Can I tell you why this is going to fail?
November 2nd, 2018, next November. Why is this going to fail?
Because they don't understand why the Dark Phoenix even worked. The reason that worked is because Jean Grey's character, up until that point, was the fucking most goody two-shoes character ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
So she was basically that good girl gone bad.
Yeah.
That fucking every teenager fucking wet dreams about. That is why that worked.
You're absolutely right. We have not got that. In the comic books, she comes in as a young, innocent, naive girl, redhead, teenager. You're absolutely
she comes
right.
in and becomes a Dark Phoenix, starts dressing differently, starts doing her hair up differently. That is the reason it worked. It was fucking appealing to teenagers that were going through puberty.
Yeah, it was a soap opera. It was a soap opera book, and you loved that Jean Grey. She was
Everyone
hot,
likes
dude.
the good girl gone bad.
Yes, the girl
That's
next
not what
door.
they've done here.
Oh, we barely know this fucking Jean Grey. Maybe.
Well, you could tell the story of that in one movie, but with all these other characters, it makes it a little bit more.
And then to
dicey.
shove in the whole. Well, let's not forget the whole Dark Phoenix saga entitles her killing planets and an alien race coming down to judge her.
Well, wait, one real quick.
Yeah.
The reason you can't already do that is because in this prior movie, Apocalypse, they already hinted that she had this inside of her already.
Right. So
So it wasn't like that she got infected and became bad.
No,
she's always been born this way.
Yeah, that kind of changes the whole thing.
It changes the whole dynamic
because
of
the Phoenix Force
That's
came
also true.
across the universe and chose her.
Right.
They also have in the film Jessica Chastain in talks to star as the villain, Lilandra, the Empress of the Shi'ar Empire.
Oh, they're doing the Shi'ar.
Which would be, the alien race that probably comes to find her and be like, you fucking killed our planet. We have to, we got to take you to trial and whatnot.
If you don't have Gladiator in there, it's not worth doing the Shi'ar.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Damn, Anthony's hitting him out of the park today.
I don't have high hopes.
He's dropping all kinds of knowledge today. Geek knowledge.
Yeah, I read comic books
Sometimes
here and
he
there.
brings
the
heat.
After that whole thing with Molosky where you shamed him for being a nerd.
Oh yeah,
I was like, he's back to being a jock again. We lost him.
He's a jock.
I mean, I won't. I don't have a Comic-Con playlist if that's what you're getting.
Pump up playlist. I think we have the nerdiest jock you can find on any podcast. So I'm very proud of that, Anthony.
Yeah, you've groomed me well.
I've groomed you well.
Thanks, Dad.
We've grown you. We've grown you all up. So
my two fathers groomed me really well.
My two dads. Oh, I love that show. That girl was hot. Okay, so X-Men Dark Phoenix, whatever. We'll see what they're going to do, but they're fighting uphill battle. Let's talk a little bit about some DCEU news. Matt Reeves, who's going to give us this awesome War for the Planet of the Apes in a few weeks, give us a little bit of news on what he wants to do with the Batman solo movie. He hasn't started working on it or shooting it yet, but he says there's a chance to do an almost noir-driven detective version of Batman that is point-of-view driven in a very, very powerful way that will hopefully connect you to what's going on inside his head. And to that, I say, that's Geek Boner. That's refreshing. Give us a Detective Batman.
So it'll be 7 with Batman.
Dude, I'm down for that. I think, like I said, I want to see maybe a small budget, gritty, street-level Batman movie. It can be done that way. It would be cool. I like what he's saying here with Detective Batman. Yes. Anthony, what do you think?
I like Matt Reeves, so
what's the best detective movie that you've ever seen?
Ooh, well, you brought up 7.
Like, that's one of them. That's got to be one of them for me.
Who's a badass detective?
I'm a detective.
I mean, I like lame shit like Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, PBS movies, Murder on the Orient.
Angela Matlock? No, Matlock's not a detective.
It's always Matlock.
He's a lawyer, isn't he?
That was more of a Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, boy. I don't know who's like a detective.
Like Sherlock Holmes is a detective.
Sherlock is a detective. Give me a Sherlock Batman. But I like the buzzwords. He's using the right words. Noir, detective. Yeah, I don't know. What's a good... We haven't really... Dick Tracy? I don't fucking know. That's lame.
No, like a legit detective. They used to figure shit out. Like
Ben Affleck's The Accountant. Oh, Columbo's great. Columbo had a very, weird way of getting to the bottom of things. He would just bug the shit out of you until you're like, all right, I did it. I killed him. Would you shut up already?
Was the Pink Panther a detective?
Yes, he was. He was a bumbling sleuth. He was not very good at it.
Was Austin Powers, would you call him a detective?
He's more of a spy.
Yeah, he was a man of mystery.
That's right. He's a spy.
Yeah, he's a spy. But detectives.
But what about
Detective John Kimball?
Oh, he's a detective.
Yes.
Oh, you got like Chinatown? What about like Chinatown? That shit.
Yeah, that's Jack Nicholson. That was good. But like, I'm thinking like good detectives. Like they're not really that in style anymore.
Was Dirty Harry a detective? Memento was kind of was a detective kind of thing. He was a detective.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Like the guys from Gotham are detectives.
Yeah, they're not good detectives.
But they're terrible.
They're horrible detectives.
I think the problem with detective movies is most time they showcase a detective that's not a very good detective.
The best detective movie that I've seen is The Nice Guys.
Oh, that's a great movie with Russell Crowe and what's his name, Gosling.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking hilarious.
It's pretty good. I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to be good, but it was pretty good. So, give me.
Yeah, so like listeners, let us know on our fucking Facebook which detectives you think.
Who's your favorite detective?
Yeah,
nobody cares. Also, Warner Brothers rumor DC wants to make 3 to 4 superhero films a year.
Oh, shit.
Is this even possible?
They can do it.
The catch up. They need to catch up.
A year?
I think they should stick to maybe 3 more than 4.
Yeah, I think the lower number is better. So this was revealed by Humberto Gonzalez of The Wrap on the Heroic Insider podcast. He says, a lot of people have been asking me, what's next? What's the next movie in 2018, 2019? I know for a fact DC is trying to get 3 to 4 movies made a year moving forward. So right now, all we have is Aquaman. It's filming. I don't know what is in production. I saw somewhere that they want to do Batgirl and Dark Universe next. I feel like they're going to want to do a girl solo, another one after Wonder Woman, right? They're going to shove another one.
Well, what's happening is DC's feeling really good about themselves right now, so they're going to start being like, we could do 3 or 4.
Well, here's some of the shit that
they're riding the wave right now.
They're
riding
ride the
Wonder
waves,
Woman
but which
wave.
ones do you do? Here's some of the projects that are out there: Gotham City Sirens, Batgirl, Wonder Woman 2, Shazam, Suicide Squad 2, Man of Steel 2, The Flash, Green Lantern Corps. And that's just like half of what they announced that they were going to do. So,
what do you do out of those?
I would love to see the Joss Whedon Batgirl after Aquaman. Give me a Joss Whedon DC Warner Brothers movie. I think that could really shake things up, and then he'll be like, "This is how you make a fucking superhero movie, you bastards." Just let me do it.
It's really like tough for me to like be interested in anything besides Batman and Wonder Woman, and maybe Teen Titans.
None of Batman's spinoff, none of Bat Family characters, which they think people
like
love.
Nightwing, he's in Batman.
Yeah.
He's part of the Batman universe, so it's like Batgirl. It's too close to Batman for me. But
Batgirl could be cool.
Like I want to see some variety.
Aquaman, yeah.
Aquaman's I don't know.
different enough. I think Aquaman's like a nice little,
it's funny when you think of like, remember way back the original idea was like, we're going to do all the solo movies from the heroes after Justice League and roll it into a thing. And that's all just completely a wash.
No. I mean, now it's still, they're just rolling the dice on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But this Wonder Woman, man, it's I think it's surpassed Man of Steel. It surpassed BVS box office. Like,
did it really?
Yeah,
BVS.
I think it did surpass.
It's in the BVS. 600s, right?
I'll look it up.
This is sending huge signals. They better learn from this.
It's beaten Suicide Squad in the 27-day totals.
I think it's the top DCEU grossing movie now.
I think DC should just make like minority superhero movies.
Yes,
that's the next thing.
That would be different.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's got Black Panther coming out, but they should just chime in.
They gotta back with like a Latino or like a Pakistani hero.
Yeah, they gotta go like full, like Rainbow Coalition.
Let me get an Asian Flash.
So domestically, it's at 327. It's only $3 million behind BVS.
Wow,
and it'll beat that.
Oh yeah.
Worldwide though, it's still last between the four, but it'll probably surpass Man of Steel.
Is it in the 600s now, though?
It's 663. Man of Steel 668.
Yeah, that's done. Man
Suicide Squad 745. BVS was 873.
I think it'll be the highest domestic. For DCEU.
Yes,
yeah.
It's $3 million away from being the highest.
Shit,
domestic.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Speaking of which, I didn't put this in the notes, but I saw another article about Transformers. I meant to put this in. That even China, shock, they don't like the Transformers anymore. Even China has turned on the Transformers franchise. And I thought they would eat this up. But I guess some things are just too fucking pandering and dumb even for China.
I don't think that's true, but I just think the movie's so bad that no one cares.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I was surprised. I thought China would eat this up, but I guess not. So
it's not doing as well as it should, or as it
no one
normally
wanted
does.
this movie.
No,
nobody.
There's no point.
No,
too many.
No one did.
Yes, just like
Should've
the fucking
3.
Pirates 5. Nobody
it
wanted
was
Transformers.
number one this past weekend, but it was the lowest opening it's ever had.
Oh shit! Wow, it was number one again, huh?
It was number one, but so like part 3.
Yeah.
Was 162.6 million over its first 5 days.
Okay.
Last night over its first 5 days was 69.1.
Oh, Jesus. That's not good. Wow, that's interesting. But now look, we're going to get Spider-Man and War for Planet of the Apes. I can't wait. These two, the double hit week after week. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good July. Let's talk about some trailers, guys. We got some trailers that dropped. The first one.
Rugs, have you seen these?
Have you seen these trailers, Rugboy?
I didn't see Jumanji. I protested that because it's anti-Semitic.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I got to talk about. I don't understand what that means. I got to talk about the Inhumans trailer. Inhumans filmed in IMAX cameras that's going to be shown in IMAX that debuts in September on ABC, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5 will follow it in January. We have a trailer for the Inhumans, and wow, I'm not impressed. You'd be surprised to know that
looks like dog shit.
And I mean,
it looks like that giant dog that's in there just took a shit, and then they put that in. They put that in the computer, and they sent it out to everyone.
Lockjaw is in here. Couple of great comments from the group. David Zika is when you want a Coke, but you can only get a cola. Fake X-Men. A lot of people saying it looks like a fan film, but no, this is the movie.
No, it's a TV show.
I mean, the TV show, but the show is going to be premiered in IMAX theaters. Anthony, thoughts on this?
No one's going to go watch this in IMAX.
Oh, man.
This is
my initial thought was, man, that looks really cheap and on TV. And then I was like, wait a minute, like, how does it look that cheap on IMAX cameras?
Where's all this IMAX money?
And then I saw a line. I can't credit myself with coming up the line, but it looks like they spent their entire budget on buying IMAX cameras and not actually designing any sets. Because the sets where they're like, it's great because there's one, the trailer is like filmed for the first time in IMAX.
Yes.
And then the next shot is like a hallway.
Yes.
It's like, what?
Yes.
It's like some made up hallway. Yeah, it's like, let's do a wide shot of a hallway.
So there's hardly any color in a lot of these scenes. Is this supposed to be in Adelan? Everything is white. There's people in white hoods, and it's just very bland looking.
The thing is, Adelan looks like shit.
Adelan looks like shit. Her hair
looks like it looks like a back studio. It looks like your local community college.
Yeah, it does. It looks like some kind of art gallery and some shit, or some really low rent nightclub that thinks it's edgy. No, okay. First of all, no fucking Medusa doing anything with her hair. Her hair still looks like shit. It's literally just lying there flat. It still has no body. Okay, you see Maximus, you see Karnak, you get a little bit of the story. There's a mutiny. He wants to rebel against the king. He makes a mention. So nobody knows, like the general viewer is not going to know about Black Bolt's power. Well, Black Bolt looks completely underwhelming also. It's just
they took one of the coolest masks and took it off of him.
Yeah, and he just looks like a dude. So he makes a mention of what are you going to do? Kill your brother with your voice, and he starts to speak, and they're like, get him. And then you see Lockjaw, a fucking cartoon dog kind of mesh in. I don't like the effect of the transport effect. It's like a liquid goo wipe away, and he transports him to the city. And then I did like you see Black Bolt grunt. And then he blows the cop car away, and pretty much he gets hit, and he just grunts. You see Gorgon stop his foot and use his powers a little bit.
I rewatched that scene. I rewatched this trailer a couple times before he whispers and the car flips over.
Yeah,
he's getting hit with batons, and it's literally like plugged in noise. And it's literally like psh, 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 like that cartoony noise on video games when people get punched.
But I don't think you can hurt Black Bolt with fucking batons. Am I wrong? Does he not have his... Isn't he really strong?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's inhuman. And there's some white box that's like the Ark of the Covenant. That everything's white. Just white, bland box. Yeah, not a lot of intricate design to anything. I'm shocked and
underwhelmed.
Totally underwhelmed and surprisingly disappointed with this. It looks like a sci-fi show, like on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah,
this is what happens when things get too safe.
This is ABC with the big ABC. Budget. Who's gonna fucking watch this in the theater? That's my question. I can't wait to see the fucking returns on the box office for this shit.
A couple of things I wanted to point out besides how cheap it looks.
Yeah,
whoever's playing Maximus is terrible.
He's the guy from Game of Thrones.
He's terrible. He's not at all what I imagined Maximus to be like. I imagine Maximus to be this like neurotic, like evil doing guy, and this guy just sounds like a fucking wimp. Then obviously they take the mask off Black Bolt.
Yeah,
that's stupid. Lastly, I know what they were kind of going for with the Hawaii setting.
Yeah,
where it was like Adelan's on the moon, and now you're going to this tropical paradise. Look at the contrast. But Hawaii, for whatever reason, Hawaii's not working for me either.
No,
like them getting transported to the middle of Hawaii.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose that setting other than it was a cool setting and they wanted to all be on vacation while they shot the movie.
Yeah, that's how they shot Lost. It was a fucking party. But Black Bolt is like in the city. I guess the rest of them go to the island. I guess they get split up or something. But they start with shots of the moon. So, how much of like the Adelan spaceship are we going to see? Wow. This is not, I don't think this is.
Adelan's not a spaceship.
This is not going to be good to get viewers to watch who don't know anything. I mean, if you're an Inhuman fan, would this excite you? I don't even think
I'm disappointed.
No, I don't think you would even be into it if you love the Inhumans. If they were like your favorite character, you'd be like, this is bullshit. It's bullshit.
They've dropped the ball. Like literally. They've done everything wrong with Inhumans you could do.
Yes.
Like they announced a movie that no one was actually really clamoring for.
Yeah.
And they announced the movie to occur after Infinity War. So it was like, what? This is the first movie after Infinity War? It's Inhumans?
Yeah.
So you had that. Then you decided to put the Inhumans in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But not the Inhumans.
Other Inhumans. Then you decided to just take Inhumans off of the movie schedule. So now that anyone that was clamoring for it now has nothing to look forward to.
Yep.
Then you put out this fucking poster that was terrible with the fake hair on Medusa. And now this trailer.
Nothing looks good about this.
Nothing looks good.
It's bad.
Nothing's been good.
Where's all this? Where's all this money? This ABC and IMAX. What the fuck?
The girl with the painted on stripe in her hair looks awful too.
Yeah, I told you, when that stripe moves, when she's walking around, it's going to look shitty. It looks like spray paint. Like she was standing next to a graffiti guy and he went off the wall and accidentally spray painted her hair. It's not good. September.
I like listening to you guys just about this.
September, people, strap yourselves in.
I can't believe.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I know that they tried they're doing the IMAX thing, but it just, I still am harping on it. I don't understand why it looks so cheap.
I bet
you just got to chalk it up as a loss, dude. Look, Marvel can't bat 1,000 every time.
No, and it is a little. I hope that at least the first 2 episodes, they at least put all the money in there.
Well, I read,
and then the rest of it can suck.
I read somewhere, and other than Iron Fist,
yes,
that the budget for the Netflix shows per episode is actually lower than the stuff on ABC.
Really?
Yeah, I read that somewhere, but it's amazing because the stuff on Netflix, other than Iron Fist, looks better than this.
I think it's also like the setting and the that it's street level.
Yeah,
and that they don't have to spend a lot of money on effects. There's barely any effects in those shows.
I right away, I think I said it on the show that when I heard they were doing Inhumans on TV, I was like, I don't think they have the money to do that.
Oh, and doesn't look like it from this fucking fan-made trailer. It looks like a fan film. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's talk about the anti-Semitic Jumanji. This is the Dwayne Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart, Jack Black reboot of the Robin Williams, but they've kind of flipped everything to the point to where why even call this fucking Jumanji? You should have just made a separate movie. So the trailer is kind of humorous. You get like 4 teenage kids, kind of like a Breakfast Club thing. They're in detention, and for some reason, there's a video game there. They put in the video game. There's 2 girls, a black guy and a white kid. And
black football star,
nerdy
like
white guy.
Indian, no, he looks like he's like Indian.
Oh, you think so? I just thought he was chalked up an Indian white guy. There's like a hot cheerleader broad, and then like a nerdy redhead girl who, socially awkward. They choose their characters, and they get sucked into the video game, into the jungle. The nerdy white guy turns into the Rock. The black football player turns into tiny little Kevin Hart. The redhead girl turns into this smoking hot redhead girl, kind of like they did with Poison Ivy at Gotham. And
she turns into Karen Gillian, who's Nebula.
And then the hot cheerleader chick, this is kind of the best, turns into Jack Black.
Oh, shit.
And so, but they've reversed everything. Instead of the jungle coming out, they're going into the fucking jungle. There's really no magic to it. Like, why is this even called Jumanji? This could have been just some other random fucking movie.
I'm glad I protested.
You didn't watch any of this, Ruggs? Why?
No.
Explain your anti-Semitic stance.
I just don't like Jumanji.
Okay.
I just don't like it. I just remember the show, the TV show that was a cartoon. It looked annoying. So it's like,
I never watched the cartoon.
There was a cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The original was fun. Dude, Robin Williams.
I didn't mind. I like the original.
Movie. Yeah, fun movie. But
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
But the thing is,
I like it.
This setup is just going to lead to like lame, predictable jokes. Black always, Jack Black thinking he's a girl, and Kevin Hart going, "Why am I so short?"
Yeah, but it's Jumanji, man.
Jumanji.
It's not supposed to be
something
serious.
that you would watch on cable if it was on.
You think the
let me defend the video game aspect.
Yes.
So the Jumanji, the original, it was an old board game.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So it was like something old that like the kids pulled out and they're like, oh, this is from yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
No one's playing board games really now. So like an old thing for the millennial right now is an old. It's
like an SNES or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So they pull out an old video game system and they turn it. So this isn't just
makes sense.
This isn't just a remake for shot. It's a reboot and they're turning it on its head. So instead of the game coming out of the board, they go into the game. That's different.
It's different.
Instead of bringing the characters out of the board, you become the characters in the game. It's actually kind of, in my mind, a reboot that is actually kind of a reboot. It's not a shot-for-shot remake. It's something different. But it's still the principles of a game comes to life in a jungle. That's basically Jumanji. And I like the fact that you got The Rock.
Yeah, well, The
Kevin
Rock.
Hart,
Yeah.
and Jack Black.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're all like doing stereotypically funny things. Like the part where The Rock is like, I don't have my Claritin, and I see a ton of pollen.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Hart, who originally was this tall black football player, goes, where is 2 feet of my body?
But that'll be funny for a second. It's the whole.
I think it was funny.
Like The Rock.
I'm not
crying.
saying this is going to be this amazing box office hit. I'm saying what they got here, I expected less.
People, you like The Rock crying like a baby, like a little bitch. Like that's what we got in this movie.
Well, yeah, you got The Rock. Like you have all these actors that are acting like someone else in their body, so they have to be someone else.
Yeah, but look, the body swap thing.
I would never pay money to see
The body swap thing works.
I'm just saying
to a
that.
point.
I would never.
Look, it's the Rock.
It's a body swap movie.
Yeah, Rock fans are going to go see this. He's like in every fucking thing, dude. He always every month he's got like a movie.
You got Jack Black, who is supposed to be this hot teenage cheerleader.
Yeah,
admiring The Rock, going, man, that's a hunk of man right there.
Yeah. Look, part of me, I laughed at this, at the concept, at the setup, but then I was like, you know what? This is going to get really late really quickly.
Hey, man, if you're going to do a reboot, do something different.
Why are we talking about Jumanji anyway?
I don't know.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything that we talk about?
Because the trailer came out.
Yeah, the trailer came out today.
I thought it was
and Imran,
funny.
yeah, I think Imran just put it in. Like, actually,
we should talk about every
did watch
trailer
that.
of movies that we don't want to watch. We should talk.
Okay, we got one more trailer I want to talk about, and it is awesome because fucking badass Jackie Chan, I think, is making a little comeback. Have you seen this trailer for The Foreigner?
Yeah.
Anthony, how did you describe this movie?
I described it as Taken meets Jackie Chan. So that basically is, instead of Liam Neeson acting like he's doing his own stunts, you have Jackie Chan doing his own stunts, probably, which is very scary and quite impressive for a man
at
his
age. So you got like bombers and a suicide bomber. His daughter gets killed and he wants to get back at him. And man, I think Ruggs, does he still have it from this trailer? It looks like he still has it.
I feel like disappointed in a way because not because of Jackie Chan, just because it took so long to make a legitimate cool movie with him.
Yeah. I mean, this is not like he came from these almost like goofy slapstick kung fu movies, and then he got stuck into the Rush Hour and the Shanghai Nights, and now this is him like kind of in a dramatic, serious role, like a father trying to get revenge for his daughter.
Yeah.
And why did it take this long to just?
He was in The Karate Kid and in this. That's it. Those are his serious roles.
Those were the only like serious roles, and man, the action. He looks amazing. How old is he? How old is he now?
It's like probably like 59 or something.
Let's see.
Listen,
Asians don't age.
Asians don't crack. Like what's that? What they say?
Black don't crack.
He's 63.
63.
Not bad, dude. He's looking good for a 63-year-old fucking kung fu dude.
I want to expound upon it's not just your typical. It's like he is in London. It looks like.
Yeah.
So he is the Chinese man in London, and he's a foreigner, hence the name The Foreigner.
Oh, he's
trying to
the foreigner, yes.
Yeah, and he's trying to get help from the government to solve this murder case, and they're not fucking helping him. So it looks like there's a bunch of collusion and all that shit.
Let's see that.
And it's and this line, it ends with like him, Pierce Brosnan, who's like, it looks like the evil bureaucrat, is like, you don't know who you're messing with, and Jackie Chan's basically like, you don't know who you're messing with.
The synopsis is
no, you don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, no, you don't know who you are. I know who I'm messing with. It says it's a humble businessman with a buried past seeks justice when his daughter is killed in an act of terrorism. A cat and mouse conflict ensues with a government official whose past may hold clues to the killer's identities.
Taken. That's taken.
That is exactly taken. Dude, Martin Campbell.
Oh, shit.
Martin Campbell directing this. Anybody know the other movie we covered directed by Martin Campbell?
He did one of those James Bond movies.
He did that. He also did Green Lantern.
Yes, this is the Green Lantern director.
I'm already now not as excited about this.
No, who else is in this? Pierce Brosnan, Charlie Murphy, but it's a woman named Charlie Murphy because Charlie Murphy is dead. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. And then some other people, Katie Young, Orla Brady. I don't know these people. But I was excited until I just saw the Martin Campbell.
It still looks good.
It looks badass. It looks badass. So good to have
the budget's only $35 million.
Oh shit! So it's gonna be.
Let me ask you guys this:
Yeah.
Does this make a profit?
Yes,
I think so. I think so. I think it's a low
there's
enough.
still a market for not only Jackie Chan but Pierce Brosnan.
Oh God, Pierce Brosnan.
I think that I don't know if it's going to make a profit in the theater, but it'll definitely make its money back. It's such a low amount of money to spend on a movie.
I think like Taken probably made a profit, and it probably had similar. It looks like it had a similar budget.
It's an October release date, so it's
This
kind
October?
of a dead month.
It might make like even the shittiest movies make like 20, 30 million.
Yeah.
Like even like the most malign movies that people are not trying to see will make 30 million.
Even Fantastic Four 2015 made 30 million. Oh shit.
I hope it does well. I mean, it'd be cool to see Jackie Chan.
I mean,
it's been
a while since we've had some good Jackie Chan badass action. So I got excited for that.
Well, listen, Jackie Chan's got like a resume of thousands of movies that are great to watch him do kung fu.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, even if it doesn't do well,
you can go back.
You always have the tuxedo.
Yeah, you go back. What is the best? What's the best Jackie Chan movie?
Oh, you got Police Story. You got Drunken Master. Drunken Master 2. You got Project A. You got all these great movies.
For me,
Who Am I is always great.
Oh, Who Am I? For the millennial that doesn't watch Jackie Chan movies as religiously as maybe I should.
Yeah.
My two favorites were always Rumble in the Bronx.
Ah, that's a good one.
And then the Rush Hour series.
Rush Hour's still good, dude. He's been making movies since 1962.
Wow.
He's been Enter the Dragon. You saw that one?
He was in Enter the Dragon?
He was uncredited thug in prison.
No shit.
Yeah. And then, a lot of kung fu movies. So early Jackie Chan in his prime.
One thing about Jackie Chan that I was always disappointed is when he finally did his crossover film with Jet Li, because that's what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
It was like some hokey comedy.
Oh, really?
It was like that... I'm trying to look it up on his...
He's in Cannonball Run, too, in 1984.
The Monkey King or something.
Yeah, it was... No, not Super Cop.
Super Cop's great, too.
The Forbidden Kingdom. That was the movie. We finally got these two guys together, and it was like a comedy.
They do like a fucking Laurel and Hardy bit.
Yeah, and it was like a period piece.
Do they even fight each other?
Yeah, I think they do.
They do. Like, they got to.
Like Jackie Chan's best stuff is in the 80s and early 90s.
That's when his prime. I think that's some prime Jackie Chan if you want to watch. And they're fucking crazy. Like, you just watch him do these stunts. You know, you've heard the stories where he breaks his leg, puts a cast, keeps shooting, keep going. Let's do this over.
His stuff is, I mean,
amazing.
The reels after every film where you would see his failed stunts were like, wow, this guy is insane.
I remember jumping on that like hovercraft thing, like he busted. Yeah,
he would jump through like the bank, the teller bank, when you're at a bank and you're exchanging money through the glass. You would like jump through it
and slide through it. And then
like,
from fire escape to fire escape, building he's actually fucking doing this shit. The guy's nuts. It's so awesome.
You guys should look up the there's a video on YouTube. It's like an emotional video where like his old stunt crew surprises him at like a ceremony where they honor Jackie Chan. It's pretty emotional. You get pretty teary-eyed by the end of it. It's like his original like crew that's been with him from day one, because now he has a whole new crew that does stunts with him.
But
they
the
like
back in the
surprise
day
him.
crew that went through a lot of broken bones.
I forgot what he called them, but they had a group of stuntmen that all work together. Like if you see their faces, you'll notice that they are basically like bad guys or good guys in every film.
Oh wow! Well, and they are all in the background.
They're the Jackie Chan crew or whatever.
Good stuff. Good for Jackie Chan. So I just quickly wanted to touch on some random TV shit. Has anybody been watching anything? Ruggs, Preacher season 2 started. Did you catch any of it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh,
it's out?
It's done.
Shit.
First 2 episodes. It aired back to back. It's pretty good. It's over the top.
When did it come out?
It was Monday this week, I think it aired. Yeah. So they aired the first 2 hours. Really bloody and gory and over the top ridiculous shit. It's not bad. Basically, the whole thing is they're on the road. They're looking for God while the Santa Killers is chasing them. So it's kind of like this road heist thing, and there's a cat and mouse chase going on, and it's gory. At one point, she like siphons gas from one car to another using somebody's intestines. You know, you don't see that all the time. So yeah, it's good stuff. I'm gonna be watching.
I gotta check it out. I've been watching some weird ass shit.
What have you been watching, Ruggs?
Oh my god, I watched Glow, which is amazing.
Is it good?
I fucking loved it.
But you didn't like the Get Down, but you like Glow.
Yeah, because there's tits in it. Number one.
Oh, good point.
So there's that right there.
Okay, gotcha.
There's boobs. There's Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Who plays like the perfect asshole director.
And Alison Brie, who I love
Alison Brie, who's great.
Yeah.
And it's just these characters. It's not really based on like real events. It's like it's based on something that actually happened, but they changed everybody around.
It takes place in the 80s?
Yes, it takes place in the 80s, which I always love as well.
And it's about, Anthony, do you remember the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling?
Do I remember them?
Yeah, ever heard of them? Or
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember watching it. It was like an old thing, right?
Yeah, it was only on for like a short while, but like
I remember watching it.
I watched it too.
I watched it, yeah. That was kind of like when I was still into wrestling. And Glow came out on like channel 50. It was like an obscure channel, and I was like, "What the shit is this?" It was great. It was a lot of glam. So I've heard a lot of people talk about Glow. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I did, but no, I watched this thing. Okay, so this is the thing that I'm gonna go on a diatribe here.
Do it. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Here's the rundown. So I'm watching this new anime. I like to watch anime. And I watched this anime because it was from the makers of Gurren Lagann, which I really liked that anime series. And I'm watching this fucking thing. And I'm just thinking, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking about like feminists who like rip comics a new asshole because there's chicks with big tits on there.
Yeah.
And that there's like, you know, there's lack of diversity. I'm watching this anime. I'm like, this anime is everything that they hate, but it's so fucking popular. It's called Kill la Kill.
Okay.
Okay, and let me tell you the story. The story is that there is a high school that runs the entire universe. Okay? And all of these students go to this high school and they try and graduate to these uniforms. Every uniform gives you powers. So if you get the first, like a 1-star uniform, you're strong.
Okay.
You get a 2-star uniform, you're like really strong. Then you get to the 4-star, you're like unbeatable. Like you can't be, and you basically run everything. Everything that you say, people have to do, or that you fuck them up. So it's like a analogy of high school as like a microcosm is the universe. Okay. But these uniforms that they're wearing are like fucking just thongs and like pasties. And their tits are flopping around. There's even the mother has cleavage. Like there's fucking sex all over. There's women being like just complete. Like it's almost making me uncomfortable watching it because I feel like I'm watching kiddie porn or something.
Jesus.
So anyway, I'm like, where are the feminists going against anime? Like, just because, I mean, there's people like ripping on like Milo Monaro's pose of like Spider-Woman bending over.
Like, why does anime get a pass for all this crazy shit?
There's literally shots up of a fucking camel toe, like in detail, in slow motion.
But I think you expect that from anime. Who's watching this? Like, it's not like huge.
It's more popular than comics.
Really? This specific one though?
I mean, that's not the only one, but that's just a drop in the bucket. There's like a million of the dime a dozen of those.
People like to see tentacle vaginas. That's all.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying if you're going to hold comics, American comics to a standard, every kid that I've ever talked to under the age of 20 loves anime and watches anime ad nauseum. They don't read comics at all because otherwise you would have
you'd have a lot more readers.
There's about 10 apps that you can download to get anime onto your TV.
Oh, okay. You
got Crunchyroll. You got all these other ones, all right, that you can download. Funimation, they all have an app so you can get anime to your TV. And Netflix has an extensive anime. Every Hulu has anime. Anything that you can get has anime on it.
It is surprising that this is aimed for kids and they kind of get away with this.
For every comic book based TV show, there's about 1,000 animes.
Jesus.
All right, so think about it. So where this little struggling industry that's trying to get readers is getting destroyed by people, there's this whole other thing that's actually got the populace by the balls. All these kids, all these teenagers are into, they're actually into it, and nobody cares about that.
That's crazy. What's that one called?
Kill la Kill. Just throw a trailer on right now.
Wait, how do you spell Kill a Kill? Like
Kill la Kill.
Oh, Kill L-A Kill.
I mean, I'm watching this whole thing, by the way, because it's just so fucking, I don't even know why I'm watching it. It's just so fucking ridiculous.
Wow, they got whole episodes. They got a whole episode online.
Yeah.
They have whole episodes online. Okay, watch Kill la Kill. Listener, let us know what you think about this anime. I have not gotten into the anime still, really.
But, like, you look at anime, it's not, like, terribly diverse.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, like, pseudo-white people and you got Asian people in there, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Obviously they're Asian. They're not gonna give a fuck about the Western world or anything that's going on. But they don't have to. But all these people like it. That's the point that I'm saying. There's no effort for diversity, but yet all of these people like it. So, like, why is it like, I don't understand why it's okay.
It's Japanese, because I think people give the Japanese a pass for making whatever they want to make.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could still like something, even though it's not your culture and doesn't represent you. You could still be a fan in spite of that,
all of this anime, like, it comes out of their kind of repressed Japanese culture, post-World War.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the reason that people like this stuff, because they want to escape.
Yeah.
They want to go, they want to be told a story they've never heard before. They want originality. And anime is allowed to do that.
Yeah. But now, could you do this in America? American anime
or not?
Could you make? Like, clearly, you couldn't make something like this in America.
No,
and it wouldn't fly. It's pretty.
No,
it's pretty fucking. That's a good point, though. I don't know why they get away with it.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of double standards going around about what is passable, like what your kid could be into, and if it's damaging your kid. But then everybody's complaining about comic books, and they're not even a fucking blip in these kids' lives. They're watching more anime than comics.
The lesson is to parents: if your kids are watching anime, you might want to take a look what they're watching. It's just because it looks like a cartoon.
There's anime with there's anime of every kind. There's like someone was telling me there's this one about ice skating that's all about like gay relationships and ice skaters and stuff like that.
All right,
and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
but it's just like kids are watching this that might be too young to watch it, maybe?
Yeah. No, and I feel like it's kind of part of some kind of little subculture that, the parents haven't really gotten on.
No, they're not hip to it. They're not hip to it at all.
It's still, so until they ruin it, this is where you get your...
Listen, I love anime. I'm not saying that I want people to ruin it.
They're going to ruin it.
I'm just saying it's a double standard.
I think Rugboy's just brought down anime to its knees.
Oh, no.
He's ruined anime.
This is the death knell. We had good anime.
He exposed anime for what it is.
Kill la Kill. My kids are watching Kill la Kill. Oh, shit. Now everyone's going to be tweeting us.
Shit.
Send your tweets to @Jock and Nerdcast.
I mean, there's more camel toe in that than there isn't in the entire Saudi Arabia. There is.
I can hear the parents right now. Little Billy, turn that off.
No, they're running to their rooms. Yeah. No, I thought he was watching Pokemon.
Just knocking over the TV, throwing it out the window.
I mean, it's on Netflix. Like, Jesus. You can watch it on Netflix. Wow. It's not like it's hidden somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I don't know. You know what I finally saw, though, Ruggs? Fucking John Wick.
Yeah, did you like it?
I actually really did. I loved it. They used Keanu Reeves the best way you could by not giving him any lines.
Oh, shit.
And he pulls off this hitman. And there's a whole world. I can't wait to see the second one. I love the world that they've established.
It is cool.
Yeah,
it is cool.
Anthony, you got to watch John Wick, dude. It's really cool.
I know. I hear really good things. Part 2 came out.
Yeah,
right?
2 came out. I haven't watched that, and Ruggs reviewed that a couple of shows ago. I
liked it as well.
They're making a TV show that possibly may have Keanu Reeves appear in it.
Is John Wick an original idea?
I think it is. So it's like this secret society of hitmen, but they also have people who come clean shit up. They have a hotel where they can go and get jobs done, and the concierge, everything is understood. They pay with these gold coins. Everybody kind of knows everybody else's reputation. Like when you want to get rid of a body, you call up and you're like, I need dinner reservations for 12. And that's the signal to come clean. And then the people show up and they wrap up the body and they get rid of the bodies. It's kind of neat, this whole little universe they've made.
I like how you described just murder, and then it's kind of neat.
It's great, dude. And dude, Keanu in this, he makes sure they're dead. Everyone is body shot, headshot, drop it to the knees, headshot. He fucking makes sure they get headshots.
When he goes into the basement with the sledgehammer and starts pounding away at the ground,
yes,
to get his shit.
I was like, what is he going to get?
And he just gets his guns, the ones that he likes.
Constantly reloading. It's not like he has unlimited bullets. And there are times where he's looking at another guy while shooting a guy in the head. Not looking, the no-look fucking kill. So good.
When you watch, especially number 2, number 1's good too. But in number 2, you could actually see him thinking about where he's going to get his next gun.
Oh, cool.
After he's out of bullets. And he's like, okay, this one's all gone. I'm going to go to this guy, dismantle him, take his gun. While I'm fucking turning around, I'm going to shoot that guy, take his gun. And you could see that thought, like, it's not like done so it looks like it's like
super contrived, but it's...
Yeah, he looks like he's actually thinking about it while he's doing it.
Dude, great stunt driving, really good action. I was like, this is good. At the end, when he does get like a few lines in a row, then you kind of chuckle. You're like, oh yeah, Keanu. I forgot.
Yeah.
Like he can just do like one line at a time. He's fine. Or no lines. And he doesn't really talk a lot. So it really works. So this TV show, they're going to call the Continental because I guess these guys are called Continentals. It's going to explore Continentals all over the world and the world of these assassins. It's pretty fucking good. Keanu may be in it and there'll be other members. So Anthony, have you been watching anything? What's the last thing you saw?
Oh, fuck. Nothing. Dude, I watch sports.
Okay.
That's all I do. I watch sports. I watch a lot of fucking YouTube videos, and I rewatch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I wanted to do that too. So
really good.
Speaking of sports, let's get to the feedback because I got a question from a listener for you about sports.
Oh, great.
In the feedback, we're going to start with that guy, Daryl, at Verum Libertas. Comments from our last episode. He goes, Future Foundation F4 movie? Nope, and fuck no. And I think, wasn't Spider-Man part of the Future Foundation in that white, when they wore like the white outfits?
Yeah. He wore a white suit.
But that's not a good idea for a movie. And then Jaden Smith's Batman, he goes, that song was mumble rap garbage. There's a mumble rap. I don't like this new category of rap because you can't mumble and rap. And for a genre to have those two words together, it just makes no sense.
There's a lot of mumble rappers out there.
It's not. How do you mumble and rap? That's an it's an
Migos
oxymoron.
Is leading the way.
But that's
Migos, Future.
Is Drake?
See that thing between Joe Budden and Migos?
I did. That was hilarious.
Is Drake considered mumble rap?
No.
He's almost there, but like he's not.
He's
really
not mumble. He's more. I mean, he's poppy, but he's not mumble.
Is it
rap.
really unintelligible then? The mumble rap?
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard what's that fucking guy? The guy with one eye.
Fetty
What's
Wap.
his name? Fetty Wap.
What the fuck is a Fetty Wap? No, I don't want to. Look, that's an oxymoron. You can't mumble and rap, you assholes. That's the whole point. You're missing the point of a distinct enunciation.
The Joe Budden thing was hilarious.
What was that? Real quick.
So Joe Budden's been a big proponent of, and he doesn't like mumble rap, basically.
Budden.
And he was on some African-American website interviewing Migos with another guy. And he basically just like, there's guys asking one of the Migos people a question, and he keeps having to repeat himself because he doesn't understand what Migos is saying.
Yeah, okay.
And at one point, Joe Budden literally is like, let's cut this. Let's cut it. He literally like gets up and like throws his mic down. It's like, this is over, basically.
Oh, shit.
And the Migos, there's three guys in Migos. They all get up like, the fuck? And they come at him.
Oh, shit.
Like, they all come at him like, they basically wanted to beat his ass. And like, all of Migos, his posse is there. And it's the BET Awards. And
okay.
Every year at the BET Awards, something happens because there's always drama in the hip hop community. So it's not surprising, but it was funny.
That reminds me of a story. Ruggs, you may remember this when we were, I think we were freshmen in college. We went to see Ice Cube.
Yes.
Remember that? And we were very green, right? It was like Ice Cube concert's door open at 7. We get there at 7, not knowing that this motherfucker ain't showing up till like midnight. And we're like, when is Ice Cube coming, right?
Oh yeah, he subjected us to what was it called? The Mad Beats or something?
Yes, we were lit. So then Ice Cube comes on. He does a couple of songs, and then you hear some shit from like the DJ booth or something, and Cube is like, yo, there's some shit going on, man. We gotta go. We out. And they just like, somebody was starting beef, and they just left. Like, after playing a couple of songs, when we had waited all night to watch a fucking Ice Cube concert, I was like, what is this bullshit? What's this? I mean, I feel like it's fake just for...
Yeah, it could have been fake, but the funny thing about that show is, like, I was like, hey, I'm probably going to be the only non-black dude in this whole place. Yeah. And I was. Yeah. And, I was fine with that, but the thing that was great was that the opening act was this act called Mad Flavor, and it was these two white guys rapping. I'm like, why would Ice Cube have these two white rappers on before him? It's so stupid.
I forgot.
And they sucked balls, by the way.
There have not been many hip-hop concerts that I've gone to that I've actually thought I got my money's worth out of.
Really? Yeah. It kind of devolves into a mess, right?
Because it's always, they show up so fucking late.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get, like, I'm half white. I'm going to get there on time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get there on time.
Nope.
There's nothing's
Mistake.
happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they always have these openers like no one knows, no one gives a shit about.
I saw Snoop. That was kind of good.
Yeah, and then they'll throw in, and then the rapper comes on, and like sometimes he's good, but like if he gets his crew on stage, oh, it's a mess.
Plus, if they get too fucking high before they come on,
it's
it can also be a mess. If they get too fucked up and they're partying, it could be a mess.
Speaking of white rappers,
yeah, MC Search, what's up, MC Search?
I want to recommend a guy that I've been listening to lately. His name is Mike Rips.
Mike Rips,
and he's got something called the Rogues Gallery. He raps about comic book shit.
No way.
He throws a lot of comic references. I mean, he talks about weed and getting fucked up. And fucking girls up the ass,
we should get this guy on the show.
Oh, I could probably arrange it.
Okay, is it Rips with 2 P's?
Rips like RIPZ.
Oh, okay.
Like Mike, like MIC Rips.
Oh, Mike Rips. I like that. All right,
that's cool. That's a clever name.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna have to check this guy out. Rugs, you have your people talk to his people. Let's book him on the show.
Yeah, I've been listening to his shit. It's pretty fucking funny.
Okay, I want to share an email from Jimmy Graven, our buddy Jimmy. Send an email today, just in time to be included in the show. He says, "What's up, dudes?
How's it going?
How's it going? So sorry, I fell a little behind on my listening. I didn't get a chance to see Wonder Woman until June 23rd, so I didn't want to hear any spoilers, thus leaving me a few episodes behind. It's been great, though, because I was able to listen to 4 episodes this week and loved every minute. I do have to say, though, it's great to have the band back together with the best lineup of Imran Anthony and especially having Rugboy back. Not that your guests weren't good, but I just love the original lineup.
No, he hates our guests. It's okay.
It's okay, Jimmy. You can tell us.
You can tell us.
We have great guests. We have the best guests. They're phenomenal. You guys covered a lot.
Huge.
You guys covered a lot of content, so I won't really get into anything too specific, but wanted to say thank you for that Gotham review. It's great you guys acknowledge listener feedback, so thanks. Looking forward to the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming review as well. So, as a former sports journalist, I have a little jock item for Anthony to think about, maybe even give thoughts on. I'm guessing since you guys are Chicago guys, you are big Bulls fans. As a lifelong NorCal, that's what we call Northern California in these parts, resident, I've always pulled for the Golden State Warriors, which wasn't very much fun since they sucked ass for most of my life. Anyway, even as a diehard Warriors fan, I still have to say that the best team I ever saw was the Jordan Bulls with Pippen, Rodman, etc. Anthony, where do you think this year's Warriors rank compared to those Bulls squads? And what are your memories of those Bulls teams as someone who grew up in the area? I think it's a pretty cool connection with Steve Kerr now coaching the Warriors, and he has a huge place in Bulls history. Thanks, guys. You are a fixture in my weekly routine. Jimmy the Geek, formerly of the newsroom, now a high school guidance counselor.
A high school gout teacher.
A high school gout.
He teaches gout.
He's a gout.
Yes.
He's like he counsels gout. He only counsels gout. Like if you go to the nurse and you have gout, they have a specific person. It's Jimmy.
Eat some bacon and call me in the
Go
morning.
see the gout guy. High school guidance counselor. I still can't say the word. Scary.
Guidance, you son of a bitch. What is
Scary
wrong with
thought. I know. I don't know. Jimmy, thanks for writing in and have fun with the high school kids. Anthony, comment.
Oh my God, sports talk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I won't bore you guys on something that half the world pays attention to.
I suppose.
More than half, probably.
Yeah. Well,
basketball. My fond memories of the Jordan years. Yeah, that's basically when I grew up. 96 was like one of the first years where I could put thoughts together and remember things. So. Michael Jordan's the 1996 team was probably one of the best teams I've ever seen. The best team I've ever seen. As far as what it compares to the Golden State Warriors, man, that's tough. It's a different era. I think Golden State, this team that they had, is probably also one of the best teams ever.
what was the record this year?
They were 67-13,
wow.
but the record doesn't even state how really good they were.
Okay.
They only lost 1 game out of 17 games played in the playoffs.
Damn.
Yeah, so they were one of the best teams ever. As far as who is better,
yeah, as good as the 96 Bulls.
It's tough because it's a different era. The games played differently. Back then, you could be a lot more physical. Defense was different. I would say they're both equally impressive. Although I'm biased. I grew up in Chicago.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's my favorite athlete of all time. I watched that team as a child, so I have that nostalgia factor as well. I would lean towards the Bulls, but this Golden State team was really fucking good.
Really? Wow.
Really fucking good. They're really
you think they're gonna continue?
Yeah, they're all their guys are in their top 4 players are 4 of the best, maybe 25 players in the world, and they're all in their prime. So
I really think it's cool when you have a team that sucks balls and then they get better and they assemble a team that's gonna actually bring like good stuff.
Yeah, Golden State was
things to happen.
Terrible at basketball for the longest time. So.
And basketball,
it's kind of cool.
It's kind of the thing where you can have like a dynasty in terms of you can easily keep winning year after year.
Well, basketball is like that because there's only 5 men on the court. So if you have one of the best players in the world,
that's all you need.
Court,
yeah.
you're making your 20% of the impact.
Yeah, you just need that guy.
Whereas baseball, football, hockey, you're not there. You don't have one player doesn't have as big an impact.
Yeah, you lose a bunch of guys, and
then when you put 4 of the top 25 on one team, that's a stacked team.
All right, maybe they can. They're definitely. So Steve Kerr was on the Bulls, right? He was on that team.
Steve Kerr was on the Bulls that won 72 games and won the night. Steve Kerr was on the Bulls team that won 3 in a row,
and he coached
the second go around.
This
and now
championship team.
Wow. Yeah, he coaches Golden State.
Wow, oh, good stuff.
So there's that cool connection there, and that was talking sports.
Right, that's Talking Sports with the Jock. Visit us every week for a little sports Jock talk. And that's really the show, you guys, unless anybody has anything else they want to throw out there.
No, I talked about what I want to talk about.
He went on his anime diatribe. Rugs, tell the listener where they can find you.
Well, if you want to hear me have other diatribes, go to Really Rugboy on Twitter.
That's right. Poke him there. Follow him. And, of course, listener, thanks for hanging out. Subscribe to the show. You can find it wherever you can find podcasts. Leave us a review on iTunes. We'll read it on the show. Get in touch. But, of course, always tell a friend. Spread the geekery. Go up to, who should they go up to? Go up to your high school gout counselor and give him one of these.
Jock and Nerd.
And he'll tell you that you are in the wrong office and please step away from me. Right, Jimmy?
It works.
Okay.
Do you think high school kids listen to us?
I bet if they're smart, they will.
If you're in high school, let us know.
If you're in high school, let us know. Watch Kill la Kill and then listen to this episode. Let us know.
If you're in high school, you're probably
if he watches Kill la Kill, he'll be stroking his meat the whole time.
You'd be too busy to listen to the podcast. Look, we want to subvert all you young high school minds, but this has been the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll catch you next time.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.